Hi Stampers, I'm Lisa Lang and I have a card I want to show you here that has a fancy fold envelope to go with it. So first of all, what I'm going to do is make the card. I have a piece of the thick basic white cardstock. We're going to use that. It's 4 by 8 and I'm going to score it or fold it in half, and then our card is going to end up being 4 by 4. And I have a piece of designer series paper here. This designer series paper is from, let's see, the texture, the Fancy Flora. I believe it's a Fancy Flora in the Spring Mini on page 15. So we'll put some of our green glue, our liquid Tombow glue, on the back and set that on the front of our card here. Okay, and we'll let that dry for a second. I'm also going to be using the 2 heart punches. They are the Heart Punch Pack on page 153 of the annual catalog, and you get them both together. So you'll have the scallop one and you'll have the plain edge one. And I have a couple pieces of designer series paper here that I use to punch out. The gold, you're going to use the gold for the scallop, and you can see I've got 5 of them. I alternated them each every other way so you can get 5 out of a piece. This is a 2.5 by 12. And then my designer series paper that I used is 2.25 by 12. And again, I just alternated the punch each way so you can fit as many as you can on there. So I did 5 of the gold and the scallops and 5 of the designer series paper with the plain edges. So we'll take these and put them together. Put some glue on the back of this one and attach that to the front of our gold here. I'll let that dry for a second. I have some of the gold twine, and the gold twine comes from it's the Simply Elegant trim. When you order this, you get the silver and the gold. And I have about between 15 and 17 inches here, and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers a couple of times so I have a tail on each end. And then I'll grab that off my fingers. And I'm going to give it a twist. And I'll use the Stamp and Seal Plus here to hold this on while I'm working with putting it on my card here. So I just did a twist. I'm going to press that down on there to hold it in place. And then on the back of our heart, we'll grab a couple of dimensionals. Put those over here somewhere. I'm going to grab 3 of the dimensionals and set those on the back of the heart. Take the backing off. And then this is going to help hold your twine in place also. So you can kind of fuss with that and get the edges where you want them to be. And then we have our pretty heart on the front. And I have the heart pearls that are in, let's see, the heart pearls are in the annual catalog on page 143. And you can see they come in different shades of white. We have the pearly and the frosted and then the regular. So I'm going to take some of the pearly ones. And they come in a small and a larger size. So we're going to pick one of those up. Whoop, and put that on our card. Okay, and we'll grab a smaller one to put next to it. It might help if we turn this around the right way. Okay, so we have 2 hearts there. And we'll just take another smaller one. I think I need some putty. I'm running out of putty here. All right, so we'll put one down here. So we have our card ready. On the inside, I'm going to use the little hearts from the Country Bouquet stamp set, and that's on the Spring Mini on page 10. We'll just put a couple of little hearts up here. And then we always want to do something on our envelope to match. So I have also stamped some just on the corner of the envelope. Okay, so we'll put our card aside for now. And then I'm going to bring in some designer series paper. And this is going to be our fancy fold envelope. It's got the peachy color on one side, and the other side is more of a print. And I'll have, okay, I have a ruler here, and I'm going to draw a little X in the middle so we know where the middle of our of 6x6. All right, so we're going to take the edges and we're going to fold them right to the center, right where that X is. And I'm just going to put a nice light crease on there right now. And we'll use the bone folder after we make sure we've got everything in the right place. So there's the first two. And then this one here, crease lightly. And one more. Okay. Now we can see that they're all going to meet nicely. They're not overlapping on the corners. I'll take the bone folder and give it a crease, a nice firm crease here, and this forms our envelope. So here we have 4 more hearts, just like the one we put on our card, and we're going to use some of our green glue again, and I'm going to put the glue here in a little triangle. And the reason we're going to do that is because if we put it all over the flap here, we're going to end up having too much glue, and if we put it all over the heart, we're going to have it sticking to the wrong parts. So we just want that little triangle of glue right there. Let's open it up. And I'm going to attach the heart so that you can just see the little point of the triangle sticking through the center top part of the heart. And make sure we have it nice and straight on there. And you're going to do this on all four of the triangles. Okay. So again, we're going to set that on there so we just have the tip of the point showing. So there's 2. Do the third one here. Grab another heart. So I got this pattern, I can't take credit for it. I got this pattern back in 2019, and I've been hanging on to it. Haven't tried it until now. But I saw this on Helen Wilson's blog. She has a blog called Helen's Crafty Nook. So she's the lady that I got the idea from. And our last heart. Make sure that point is just showing just a little bit. Okay, and while that's drying, I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to get rid of the pencil marks inside. We don't need those anymore. Okay, so let me bring one in that's already dry. So here's what we have. And the card's going to fit right inside there. It's a 4x4 card. And how we're going to fold it to close it is we're going to just do like when you're closing a box to make sure it stays closed. We're going to do one, and then the next one on top, and then the next one on top, and then the last one, we're going to pull the first heart up and put it inside like that. And then you have your fancy fold envelope. And just so you know, this envelope will fit inside of our regular envelopes that we use for all our other cards. So you can mail it that way, or you can just give it to someone like this. So I have a couple other samples here. Here's another one that's kind of done in the same colors, just different designer series paper. And again, let me show you that fold. Just 1, 2, 3, and then the last one goes under the first one, just like that. And I have one more that I did in some more of a reddish tone. So it's really pretty easy and quick to make, and it's just something a little bit different. And I'd like to bring in the supplies that I used. So it's the Valentine card and fancy fold heart envelope. I used basic thick white cardstock, gold foil for the hearts, and then texture chic and fancy flora for the designer series paper. And the fancy flora is in the mini catalog, and the texture chic is in the annual. I used the country bouquet stamp set in the spring mini, and then I used blushing bride on this card. I used the Heart Pearls, the Heart Punch Pack, and the Simply Elegant trim, and then dimensionals to pop up the last card, the last heart on the card. So if you have any questions, let me know. This would be a pretty card that you could use for a wedding or Valentine's Day or a birthday or whatever occasion you'd like to use it for. So if you have any questions, you can get a hold of me. My email address is heylise@aol.com. I'm going to put this card on my blog so you can also see it there. If you're ready to order, my website is www.lisalang.stampinup.net. My Facebook page is Crafty Stampers Inc. So that's another spot where you can see me. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.